So, the early Middle Ages are sometimes controversially referred to as the Dark Ages. So that is controversial, apparently. By the way, this is a bad article. This article needs citations for verification. Whatever. Let's keep reading it. Um, so it's sometimes controversially referred to as the Dark Ages. Um, It is typically regarded by historians as lasting from the 5th to the 10th century. They mark the start of the Middle Ages of European history. So this isn't a global historical term. It's a European historical term, the Middle Ages. It follows the decline of the Western Roman Empire and preceding, so coming before, the High Middle Ages. And it says here in parentheses 11th to 14th, even though when you look at the snippet it says 10th to 13th, so there's discrepancies and it's not clear to me. It's just not clear to me what the right answer here is, because those are completely different. The alternative term late antiquity for the early part of this period emphasizes elements of continuity with the Roman Empire, while early Middle Ages is used to emphasize developments characteristic of the earlier medieval period. Let's have a look at the pic. This is of a codex. A codex is a book. I think it's like the predecessor of a book. It has pages, has bindings. And this is a jeweled cover of the Codex Aureus of Saint Emmerman from the 9th century. A Carolingian gospel books, writing in Latin and scribe work and history is all preserved thanks to Christianity. Of course, they're using it to write down their gospels and so on. But writing is preserved. The ability to write, the ability to make books and so on is preserved thanks to Christianity. That was my own take on things. Not sure if it's true, but that's what I've heard. The period saw a continuation of trends, evidence since late classical antiquity. I hate this. Including population decline. They talk about this population decline in urban areas. Maybe this is the thing. I don't know. So we have population decline in urban areas, small rise in average temperature. I've heard this before, that this is like Rome fell because of a small change that affects agriculture, for example, and then lower yields, lower population. This can affect things. And the increased migration refers to the migration period. I wonder what starts it all and why they're migrating, but they are, and they start to attack Western Rome until it collapses and falls, and then those barbarian kingdoms would become the predecessors of modern European states, something like that. Let's keep reading. Sorry, I'm ranting. In the 19th century, the early Middle Ages were often labeled as the Dark Ages, a characterization based on relative scarcity of literary and cultural output from this time. The term is rarely used by academics today. Eastern Roman Empire or Byzantine Empire survived through in the 7th century the Rashidun Caliphate and Umayyad Caliphate, which I've learned means these are like the Rashidun is considered the first of the four successive caliphs. I think caliphs is like a king or something like that. And the Umayyad Caliph was the second one. So it's Rashidun and then Umayyad, and they conquer. Look at that. You can see all that green. That is the territory they conquered. And they even built upon the Rashidun and conquer southern parts of the Roman territory. Many of the listed trends reversed in this period. In the 800s, the title of emperor was revived in Western Europe with Charlemagne and the Carolingian Empire, greatly affected later European social structure. Europe experienced a return to systematic agriculture in the form of the feudal system, which adopted such innovation as three-field planting and heavy plow. Barbarian migration stabilized in much of the period, although the Viking expansion greatly affected northern Europe. This was indeed kind of a terrible article. I don't know how to quite to put it, but it just, yeah, very vague. Usually, anyways, fix this article, people. If you have time in your busy schedules. That's it for this one. Yeah.